me, what'd you bring today?
This is a Santa Fe Super Chief. We believe it's a travel agency sign. We're not 100% sure. We're assuming it's from somewhere around the 40s, maybe the 50s. And we'd just love to get a little information on it.
And how much did you pay for the sign?
About $200.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
quite a few, 30 years ago.
I could start off right off the bat that you made a positive investment.
Excellent.
And I don't know what it is with me, but I've just become like the Super Chief train guy. I don't know. This is like the third sign I've done on the show in recent times.
Fantastic.
So you are correct. It is the Santa Fe Super Chief, first introduced in 1937.
Okay.
It was really known as like the train of the stars, right? It was modern, had access to Los Angeles. And what the Santa Fe Super Chief became known for was that iconic streamliner, that modern deco-looking train, which you have perfectly depicted here.
Yes.
It's the iconic imagery of what we want to see.
Okay.
Now, the Santa Fe Super Chief line ended up going out of business in the early 1970s. I want to say 73, give or take a year on it. But the point is, so we know this sign can't be any later than 73, can't be any earlier than 1937.
Okay.
So how do we come up with the age? We look at the construction of it.
Okay.
If this was a really early Super Chief sign, 30s into the 40s, we would expect some type of metal composition. Earliest signs are enameled.
Okay.
This, we know, however, is masonite.
Masonite,
okay.
right.
Now, based on the construction and using the masonite, and I conferred with James a little bit on it, we're easily thinking that this is going to be a late 50s piece.
Late 50s.
Yep, because once we go through World War II, all advertising really kind of did a big pullback from using metal.
Okay.
Because through World War II, metal shortages.
Right.
Everybody said, you know what? We don't need to make all our advertising signs out of thick iron.
Makes perfect sense.
Aesthetically, it is great. Condition-wise, there's a little bit going on.
Right.
These mounting holes here, I'm assuming this is how it was fixed to the building.
Yes.
I don't think there was anything attached. I also don't know what's going on with the tail end of the train there.
We didn't either.
It has some damage.
Right.
But as it sits, package, I mean, it has the age, it's weather, it has the appearance, it's the real deal. So, you know, as a 60 to 70-year-old sign, it's okay to have a little wear. When you get 70 years old, you get a little wear, right?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
But I would say conservatively at auction, it's great, packs a punch. Easily 1,000 to 2,000 today.
Really? Wow, that's fantastic.
Santa Fe Super Chief stuff's wicked hot.
Couldn't be happier with that. Thank you for the appraisal.
Thank you for bringing
really
it in.
Appreciate it. Thank
you.
Yeah,
you having fun today?
Oh, it's ball.
That's what it's all about.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
That was a fantastic sign. Yes.
Thank you
Do
so
not
much.
see those too often. Anything Super Chief, wicked hot. Great start off to the afternoon. I'm loving it. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Roadshow.
Hi, my name is Melanie, and you're here with Antiques Roadshow, and we are here in Bentonville, Arkansas. We're at Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art. This is our first YouTube live, so apologies for a bit of the delay in starting the live. Bear with us as we work out the kinks. But today, as I mentioned, we're here in Crystal Bridges in Bentonville, Arkansas, and we're going to be watching some live appraisals today. So we have several categories. We have collectibles, we have jewelry, watches, furniture, dolls, so you name it. So just let us know what you want to see, and we'll head over to those tables and see some live appraisals. And then later on, we'll be joined by our executive producer, Marcia Bemko, who wants your questions. Ask her anything about the show,
That's a
anything
great
about
sign.
The production, setting up, anything you want. So just send us those questions in the chat. We want your questions. We want questions for appraisers and for Marcia. So send them on over. And so it looks like we have another cool appraisal coming up with Travis right over here.
Oh, man, double trouble.
Hi,
2 for 2.
Oh, right here. Hello again. Very cool.
I get to talk about this one. Okay.
Wow. And what is the story on this guy?
His father, and he had a Hertz rent-a-car franchise in Joplin. This little guy sat in Union Station in Joplin with a telephone. You would pick up the telephone, and it was a direct line to the Hertz counter, and you could say, I need a rental car. So this little guy says, why walk? Rent a car.
Wow. That, I mean, in terms of advertising and especially Hertz as a whole rental company, I mean, they're truly iconic, and especially from an automobilia. This, you might know it, sir, but do you remember the Herz Mustang when it came out?
Yes.
The Herz Mustang is like the king of the 60s.
We had one.
You had a Hertz Mustang?
Yes, yes.
Do you still have that car today?
No.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, a Hertz rental Mustang, the black with the gold stripes.
It was beautiful.
You know, and when I look at this, I gotta say, we get Nolan there too. That's the answer we're looking for.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I haven't seen another one, but you know, like my Santa Fe sign, it's kind of hard to find.
The minute I think something is the only one that
it's not. I'm sure. Yeah, one in their attic.
Just as a comparison, Santa Fe Super Cheap, that was really hot.
Right.
Automobilia and muscle heads, muscle car is hotter than fire. And Turbilia and muscle heads, muscle car is hotter than fire in terms of as the auction. What do you think? Is it a couple grand?
I don't know. You know, this
as the auction. What do you think? Is it a couple grand?
I don't know. You know, this is such an important part.
I know, and it's missing.
Really,
yeah, it's definitely flaked off.
All right. You're saying 1,000, 1,200, maybe auction estimate 1,000 to 15. Because this
could find another sticker.
You know, you could, if you did a lot of research, I bet you if you look at eBay, you could find
and restore it.
Right.
Well, it gets into that tough situation. Do you leave it naturally? I always like leaving it natural.
Well, with this piece, if it were mine, I'd find something to put there.
Right.
If only to not glue it, not to, just to cover.
Right, right.
And that from the GOAT. He is the legend right there. He is the GOAT of Roadshow when it comes to tour. There you go, Noel. Thanks. So easily, auction will say 1,000 to 1,500 today.
Okay.
It's a great piece.
Yeah.
And again, next to your Herz Mustang.
Yes, yes. Whoops.
That's okay.
You put another sign on there that says Uber.
Uber. Yeah.
Hey, 2 for 2 great pieces, guys.
All righty. Thank you.
Okay. Wow, that is fantastic. I see a lot of automobilia and advertising. I've never seen that Hertz piece before. Have you seen that before for Hertz?
I mean, two such amazing and disparate things.
I know.
One person is just beyond.
That's wild. That's some magic right there, for sure.
So for those of you who are just joining, we are live at Antiques Roadshow set on YouTube. This is our first YouTube live, so bear with us as we work on a few kinks. But we're here with Travis Landry, a collectibles appraiser, and we'll be filming live appraisals all around Antiques Roadshow set. We're in Bentonville, Arkansas, here at Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art. But let us know what you want to see, what categories you want to see. If there are any appraisers you want us to stop and say hi to, and then please let us know your questions, questions for appraisers and questions for producers. We'll be meeting up with Marcia Bemko, our executive producer, later on. So let us know. And looks like we have another cool appraisal coming up.
Enjoy the show. There's going to be a lot of interesting stuff. I mean, you never know what's going to walk in the door. I would have never expected those two signs. You just heard Noel, one person, 2 exceptional pieces. What are the odds of that? Oh, what do we have here?
And look here.
Hey, we just had a railroad sign. Now I gotta. How do I look as wearing a cap? Do I look? Hey, all I know is, hey, this person had a small head. I can't even get it over my noggin.
I think it was probably a young man, like maybe an early teenager, mid-teenager, because it says parlor car attendant.
Do you know what railway road is?
Yes, I do.
Santa Fe Railroad 2 for 2.
Yes, I do. I have a huge Santa Fe Railroad collection.
So, so what do you think of the sign?
Oh, I love the sign. That's why I kept it.
Oh, cool.
I sold almost all of my collection, but I kept my favorite pieces.
So I would say the parlor car attendant hat, not as strong as a piece in terms of value, because when you think that sign hangs on a wall, great display value. This is great, but at the end of the day, it is just a hat from somebody who worked on the railroad. And when you think of how many of these would have been manufactured,
but because it says parlor car attendant,
adds that little bit of extra
It's
variety.
not a brakeman. It's not a conductor. It's not an agent hat. So it is a
True.
little bit.
But if I were to say at auction today for the parlor hat, conservatively for me, it would be $200 to $400.
Okay.
Today. All right. So
That's
not as much of a
fantastic.
money maker. 3 for 3 on winners today.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a Western Union pin switch?
Oh, you're gonna hit me with
I'm
that
gonna hit
too
you with
right
that
now?
too.
Let's go.
You wanna
Bring
see
it up.
that?
Yeah, bring it on the table. Wow, these people are just whipping out good stuff left and right. I want to know where they do their picking. I don't have that luck at all. Oh,
Whoops.
bag down.
Yeah, it's just an empty bag. So
Wow, great stuff.
look at this thing. You know what that is?
Yeah, that's for switching the lines, right?
Nope.
Oh, what is this for?
Nope.
This is also a little bit out of my age bracket. Kind of going a little.
Well, it's a little out of my age bracket
Well,
too, but not by much.
you-
It's telegraph.
Well, then you don't need me if you know what it is.
I know what it is.
Go on.
Can you tell me how it was used?
Yeah, so it's part of a switching board.
Yes, I know that part,
Okay.
but I know there's like lines that came in this way and go out this way. And
Is you'd have the wires come in from all
Okay.
of your various stations,
okay,
and then you have the wires go out to who you were transmitting the line to.
okay.
and
So
then-
this was the incoming
Yep.
signal from the
Yep.
telegraph.
And these pegs,
Okay.
you could have wires and split between them. So you basically take the wire and just feed it in
Okay.
and press it in. So you could basically do semi-permanent.
Well, it has a contact
Yep. Contact
board
strips.
on the back there too. So
Yeah, and then depending on the combination, you'd have
Okay.
your cheat sheet next to you.
Okay.
That would tell you, are we sending this to Banff Station? Are we trying to get to Little Rock? And you
Okay.
would program it in a different sequence.
Okay.
Because it would have to go through various
right.
switchboards, whatever.
Okay.
Most time you see these through railroads. You
Right.
don't see them that often for towns.
Well,
They're
this
trying to
one
reach the different stations.
supposedly came out of the Joplin Union Station.
Okay.
So-
Which is entirely likely.
Yeah,
That's the vast
that's
majority.
what's told, and I bought it in Joplin.
Yeah.
So
And vast majority of the time, it's not for signaling hundreds of miles away.
No,
It's for
no.
signaling the different freight yards and coordinating
Offices.
the transfer. Coordinating
Right.
the transfer of goods from one freight yard to another depot station
Okay.
and what have you.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah, it's an internal switchboard. They've got all these secret codes.
Right.
And can get really, really, really confusing and archaic because not only are you having to go very quickly,
Right.
and program where it's going to go, you're also tapping on this thing.
Oh, that's
At the same
right.
time, you got a guy next to you who's listening to the
Uh-huh.
signal and writing it down. And you're in a freaking train yard.
Right.
Where there's all this noise going on too. So you're hearing clickety clackities.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Now what's fascinating is you've got a mix of all these different knobs from different periods.
Ah, okay. I've never paid attention to that.
So
Okay.
they're all very similar, but you've got Bakelite top,
Oh, okay.
Bakelite, gutta percha, plastic insulators. Here's a fun part.
Okay.
What do you think it's worth?
Well, so I'm hoping it's a little
At least 36,
right.
but it's a very narrow market.
Right.
Trained
Right.
mechanical collectors, weirdos like me, maybe not.
Might be pushing it.
Would I pay 400? No.
Okay.
So
All right.
for me, what it would sell for, but it's almost folk art. It's almost a
Okay.
decorative piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool
Okay.
piece, but I wish I could tell you more as far as,
yeah.
the other side is.
Yes.
Most of these were not owned by the railroad companies.
Right.
They were actually owned by the telegraph or telephone company.
Right.
And they pay a rental fee for the equipment.
Okay.
So
right.
that's why it
That's
also
why it
gets
says,
prominently marked.
Western Union. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And overall, the back's in pretty good shape, too.
Oh, it's a little larger
Yeah.
than the ones that I normally see.
Well, it's like, yeah, they're usually
yeah.
1 bar, 8 station.
Right,
That's it.
right.
Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
going to be nothing this big. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
cool.
Different.
What else? What else can I tell you?
All right.
grab this
I
for you?
appreciate
No
that.
problem. My
Thank
pleasure.
you so much.
So we've got one more we want to film with.
We're actually going to move on to
Okay.
some folks are asking for
Well, then,
textiles,
I will,
glass. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. All right, thank you so much. So we're going to head over to go see some glass. Excuse us. As you can see, the collectibles line is really long, so we could be here all day, but we want to make sure we get as many tables as possible. I know somebody asked for textiles, so let's just see if there's an appraisal about to start. If you look over here, you see our snapshot crew. So this is one of our producer Adam's crew, and they film short snapshots. So if you're familiar with the show, they shoot those short 30-second appraisals in between longer appraisals. Our producer Adam is also the host of our podcast called Detours, which is really cool. It dives into some really fascinating appraisals, and you get a few updated stories. We meet with guests. It looks like we're about to start an appraisal over at Textiles, so let's see. Hi, Katie. Do you mind if we film this for YouTube Live? Your appraisal for YouTube Live? Is that okay?
Okay, I'm just not sure it's going to be me or Jim.
That's okay.
Just take a minute.
Just a couple minutes. It's on YouTube Live, so this is live, so it's happening right now. So you're just going to take a look and see what it is first? Okay, great. So right now, so we start our appraisers. So we have about 70 appraisers who come to each show. So the Antiques Roadshow, we host 5 appraisal events every year across the country, usually from end of April to mid-June. And that is how we get all of the episodes for our show. So what we film in Bentonville will get 3 hours of what we call city-based shows of all Bentonville appraisals. We just came back from Las Vegas, so we'll get 3 episodes from that city. And then we're moving on to Denver, Colorado in just a couple weeks. So it looks like we have a beautiful, not sure what this is. And so our appraisers come from all over the country and they volunteer their time. We don't pay them. And we've had our appraisers travel with us for years and years. So, you know, might have some favorites from past few seasons who you've seen before. So let's see what the appraiser is looking at. Do you mind if I put a microphone on you as the appraiser takes a look at your item? Thank you. And do you think James is going to be doing this one? Not sure yet.
You need to call Hunter and tell him. You need to call Hunter and tell him. You need to call Hunter and tell him YouTube Live.
Would you like to do this one? Okay, great.
Is
Thank you.
YouTube
No.
Live like on? So how would my son find it if we call him
On
right now?
YouTube Live, so just go on Antiques Roadshow
And-
YouTube account.
Antiques Roadshow.
We're going to turn this around so you can see what we're talking about with the inscription.
Yes,
I can't quite make it out, but there's
we can unpin that if you want to.
no, it's okay. It's really the Loon, and then it's Rue Saint Honore, which is where the shop would have been. These were made as kits, so you'd buy the scrim, which is the background, and they'd supply all of the colored wools, and then you'd sit at home and do the needlework. This was probably this petty point, this super fine petty point, would have been done when you bought the kit, and all of the, which is really a true petty point, but the bigger petty point would have been done by you at home. Well, not you, but the person who bought it in the
Obviously.
yeah, and it's probably dates from turn of the century, as early as 1890 to as late as about 1915. Okay. How did you acquire it?
It was left to me
Okay.
when a gentleman passed.
Okay, and you have no idea how he got it, or
No.
okay. So, and value-wise, they're more decorative than having any real inherent value. I would say in a good antique shop, you'd have to pay somewhere in the probably $250, $350 range, just because it's pretty, it's big, it covers a lot of wall space. So it's nice. Okay.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'll take this from you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great. Glad we got to see a textile in. And so let's make our way over this way as we head towards glass and jewelry. It looks like one of our multicam units is setting back up over here. So at Antiques Roadshow, we have several filming crews. We have two what we call multicam units, and these camera units, like one over here, they're made up of 3 cameras, and they film a lot of the higher appraisals with higher monetary value. And it's a bit of a larger crew. And then we also have 3 or 4 what we call over the shoulders, but those are just smaller camera units with 2 cameras. And then we have our B-roll team who walks around all set all day. And then, as you saw, we have our snapshot crew. And then we have our feedback booth. If you're familiar with the show, the feedback booth is where guests can come towards the end of their journey, their time at Roadshow, and they get a chance to go on camera and tell our cameras about their day, what they enjoyed, and we usually put feedback booth segments towards the end of the show. So if you're just joining us, we are at Crystal Bridges in Bentonville, Arkansas. We're at a Antiques Roadshow's live appraisal event. This is the second stop for season 29. We just got back from Vegas and we'll be going to Colorado next. And then after Colorado, we are going to Urbandale in Iowa, and we are ending in Baltimore in Maryland. And so with it, this is a big set. So please let us know if there's any connectivity issues, any audio issues. We want to know. And just bear with us. The streaming might buffer for a second, but then we'll get back to a clear picture soon. So it looks like there's some folks over at jewelry and watches. And then we can make our way over to glass and then head inside for posters. So this my favorite thing I've seen on Roadshow. I didn't see it in person, but one of my favorite appraisals is by Frank Sinatra. It was very cool. Apparently, someone kidnapped Frank Sinatra's son, and it was a response to the ransom letter. Very cool. You can see that on our website, pbs.org/antiques. We're filming for season 29, so we have 28 seasons of appraisals online. So that's 7,000 appraisals you can watch. Okay, let's see. This looks like, let's see over here. Excuse me. Later, you're going to call us back?
I have nothing now.
Quick question for you, Kevin. Yeah. For those of you who are collecting jewelry at home, vintage, antique jewelry, or gold or silver, what's popular in the market right now?
What's popular? Charms are very popular.
Charms?
Yeah, girls love charms.
Yeah.
They'll kind of come off those great old charm bracelets.
Okay.
But you know, we break them up because nobody wants somebody else's story.
No.
And you start building your own story. And a lot of them in silver are always.
Thank you, Kevin. Body Wi-Fi. So we're going to head back inside some posters and furniture where we know that the Wi-Fi connection's a little bit better. Still frozen. Let's see. How about now? Prints and posters, but let's see. This thing looks super interesting over here. Let's see if there's an appraiser there. Let's see if Lee Keno's at the table. Hi, Alan. You about to start an appraisal? Are you in the middle of it?
No, actually, I want to bring this over.
You're going to pitch it. Alistair, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anybody about to start an appraisal for YouTube Live?
We were paintings.
For YouTube Live?
Yeah. Paintings is in that room.
Yeah, it is.
That's why I'll take it.
We don't have any cards, so
Sure. I just did something for those people.
Okay.
These are group of decoys. They're not they're made. They're group of decoys. They're made. They're factory decoys.
Yes.
So they are made at different places, and they have a combination of materials.
Is this your item?
Yeah.
Do you mind if we film this for YouTube Live?
What's your name again?
John.
John. Hello, John. I'm
What's your
Lee.
name?
Lee.
Lee, nice to meet you.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
So these are a nice collection of birds from a lot of different places. Where did you find them?
Well, different places. They're mostly from. I think this one's from West Tennessee. This would be from more like Virginia area. This one as well from like Massachusetts, in that area. And this one would be in the West Tennessee. Both these two will be in West Tennessee area.
And this one you found in
West, like Memphis, Tennessee.
So this is the most honest one. This is the way you want to see with birds.
Yeah.
The split, this really honest like shrinkage here in the head. The head is obviously made separate.
Right.
As you know, it's just they left a knot in there. It's a working bird. So this had a weight and it had a string.
Right.
And this is a real bird that was out there being used.
Deal, right.
Where you have this in comparison, this merganser,
right,
which was purely decorative, you know, and you probably might have guessed. Look, there's no weight in the bottom. There's no pull string. There's actually fake,
some touch-up paint and things.
No, actually abrasion that's supposed to look like a shotgun.
Okay.
That blew off the paint on the side. Sorry, and it's all fake wear. So this is just decorative, and the guy signed it. So he was doing these kind of abraded looking birds. It wasn't like it's not like he's trying to make them look 19th century, but it's a nice merganser, but all fake paint. So
you notice his the old signature on the underside.
Yeah.
You can see kind of in here. There's some. It looks like it painted over a signature somewhere right in here.
Well, if I drank enough, I'd probably see it. But
I think it's the same name.
Yeah, you're right. There is something impressed, I think, in there. But this is magic marker.
Right.
But they actually, as you pointed out earlier, they made these 4 holes for the weight, and they made that little hole for the string. But they were never used. You know, it was never a working bird.
Right.
They decided halfway through to say, "Let's go decorative."
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
So this one, a real bird.
Yeah.
This one is as you probably.
It's a plastic head.
Plastic head. There's a seam right there.
Right.
Where the plastic was made, put together, and I think it's it's composite body.
I thought it was wood.
Let's see. Looking for the wood. Looking for the wood. But this is real lead. This is heavy.
Yeah.
And this is a working bird.
Right.
I mean, that was pulled in with a string, and it's a real deal. You know,
Yeah.
it's partly manufactured, but real deal.
Yeah.
This is just kind of the same as a basketball, except for it's a duck.
Yeah.
So it's rubber. I could push that right in there, and as you already knew,
right?
You know, it's a nice. It's got a what's it called? A red. It's a red.
It's a red head.
Red head.
Yeah.
I mean. And this belonged, you said, to Granddad Miles Shatner.
Right.
Is that
My
your
dad.
dad?
Yeah.
So that's so cool that your family had it.
Yeah.
Your dad had it. Do you have children?
I do. Right. I wrote
Boys,
that note on there
girls?
for them so they don't understand what it is. They're
How
boys,
many? How many kids?
Three duck hunting boys. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah.
That's the most.
They're all adults. Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
Having children, and they're gonna get this collection that Dad put together, and that's what's wonderful. And you put all this provenance here on the bottom. And there's finally one last one.
Right.
Let's see. And they don't have to be worth a lot, even though it's not a lot of money. It's the idea that their dad collected them.
Right.
You were here experiencing this.
Yeah.
You're even live on YouTube.
That's cool.
Yeah, here
That's
in
good.
Crystal Bridges, right?
good,
So they're gonna say, "Hey, we got this archival footage of Dad on YouTube." So this is a real bird. I mean, when I say real bird, it's a mallard drake. As you say, a gift from Paul Fields' estate sale in
Dyersburg, Tennessee. Yeah.
Tennessee. So there's a real, let's say, a strip of lead on there. Somebody put a string on there for it to be pulled in when it was done being used. But it's not an expensive bird, but it's a real decoy.
Definitely handcrafted.
And it's working. And I love the flakes of paint that are here. I love the surface like this where you can feel the bumps. It's just an honest object, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
What's your favorite of all of them?
Oh goodness, probably that one is probably my favorite.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm that one, and then this.
Yeah.
This is my second favorite.
Yeah.
This little honest thing right there. That's all right, David. What's up?
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, good. No, it's all right. We're just kissing ducks over here. Trying to get this one's a little shy. There we are. There we did it. Yeah. So, do you want value or?
Oh yeah, that'd be great. That'd
so,
be great.
The thing is, We're not talking a lot of money here, and you didn't pay much, right?
No,
How much
no.
you pay?
Well, these two were bought out of a pile of decoys that were $1 a piece.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's okay.
Yeah, that's where these two came from.
You
This
didn't-
one, a friend gave me.
Yeah.
It was in his dad's garage.
That's
Didn't
better
want
than
it.
$1 a piece.
Yeah.
That's free.
Yeah.
Okay. What's next?
And these two, my father bought these two. I don't know what he paid for these. Just bought them at an antique store.
I mean,
In the Northeast.
so you got like probably under $20 in all.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
honestly, I mean, honestly, the whole collection. Again, provenance is everything. The fact that you own them, when you
Right.
give them to your three boys and they
Yeah.
fight over them, right?
I don't think that'll be a problem.
But seriously, altogether you've got about probably $450, $500 worth of birds.
That's good.
And $400 might be in this bird, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm being conservative. You know, I just want to, just that's fair market value because
Right.
they're decorative, but provenance is the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great. That is super.
Can I borrow this? You know,
Sure.
I'm not going to hunt,
Not
but I
gonna
just,
hunt with
wanna,
it?
I just want to go out in that pond over there, the one with the
See
silver.
when it floats.
Yeah, I want to see if it floats right.
Well,
Thank you so much.
it can float.
Okay,
Yes, thank
thanks, guys.
Thank you. I'm going to
Thank
grab this
you.
from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Have a great rest of your day. All right. So I think somebody asked. So for those of you who are just joining, we're Antiques Roadshow live appraisal event. We're in Bentonville, Arkansas at Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art. Yes, unfortunately, the Wi-Fi outside is a little spotty, so we could not make it to Glass. But we will be going live in every city on our season 29 tour this year. We'll be going to Denver, Colorado in just about a week and a half or so. So if you follow us online at Roadshow PBS on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, you'll definitely see more information about where we'll be going live next. So right now, I think I saw that somebody asked for prints and posters, so let's head over this way. Maybe Nickel Lowry will be there. We can say hi to him. So right now we're in the Great Hall. As you can see, the line for paintings is pretty long. We have about 8 paintings appraisers today, which is a pretty decent amount of number. Paintings and collectibles are usually one of our biggest categories to draw a crowd. But let's move on over this way. So for those of you who are curious about how to get tickets to an Antiques Roadshow event, so we announce our tour in about early to mid-January every year, and we hold a random ticket sweepstakes, random lottery from January to about mid-March, and people from all over the country, you can apply for tickets online that way. It's a random drawing.
Reproduction.
And then we invite about 4,000 people. We give 2,000 pairs of tickets to every city. And so folks are able to get tickets that way. Hi, Nico.
Hi, how's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
Good.
We're here with YouTube Live at CC.
YouTube Live. Hi. What's going on?
We don't have anybody here.
Well, I'm busy researching something I'm about to pitch.
Oh, you're about to pitch?
Well,
Okay.
I'm waiting. I just called for producers, so it could be 100 years before a producer comes. Let's do something together.
Was it anything? Have you seen anything good today in
I've
Bentonville?
already pitched one thing, and I'm going on with one thing, and now I'm pitching another thing. So yes, I've seen some good stuff.
Some good stuff. Does anybody have any questions for Nico on
Hi,
YouTube?
everybody.
I know a lot of people ask where
like-
you get your suits.
Let me do a little ad for my
Some-
tailor, Bookster, my British tailor. I've had these suits made for years and years and years, and this suit I'm wearing for the first time today. I only unopened the package this week. It
Wow.
just arrived.
Brand new?
Hot off the loom. Yeah.
And are these custom made for you?
So yes, so I picked the fabric, and they have
Yep.
my size. And every once in a while, they have to
Wow.
let out the waistband a little or make the vest a little bigger. You know, as I fluctuate in size.
I see. I don't we all. So you might have. Yeah. Is there a question? How do you keep your mustache so neat?
Would YouTube mind if I ate a banana?
I don't think so.
Well, the trick to keeping a mustache neat is to wax it.
Wax it.
And so every morning I put in mustache wax, which is like chapstick, and you work it through, and then you curl the tips like that.
There you go. And so you've been with us for many, many years. You have many suits on throughout the past seasons. Do you have a favorite?
No, I don't.
You
and
don't?
I try to bring a new suit to every show now. It's not 100%. But
You love all your children equally.
I love all my children equally. And in Vegas, I wore something loud and bold, but here
Yes,
in
you
Crystal
did.
Bridges, which is such an extraordinarily impressive, like off the charts impressive
Yeah.
museum. I wanted to wear something that was a little bit more austere and serious.
Yes.
So I went with my Ozark green and orange color scheme.
There you go. You match the scenery
Thank
behind
you. I figured
you.
out that camouflage.
Yeah, exactly.
People don't actually know I'm here. That's why I have nobody in front of me.
Yeah, there we go. You got to take that off. All right. Well, thank you so much, Nico, for chatting, and
You're
good
welcome.
luck
If
with your
anybody has any more
pitch.
questions, I'll be here all day.
Yeah, if you have any questions for Nico, and we'll be joined live by executive producer Marsha Bemko in just a bit. So if you have any questions for her, please leave them in the comments. We'll get to them when we see
Ask her
her.
about your family watches. She loves to talk about precious family watches.
Maybe. We are live here, Nico.
Why shouldn't you ask the executive producer about watches? Watches are an integral part of our show. What's wrong
They
with
are.
watches?
They are. All right. Thank you, Nico. We'll let you finish eating your banana. So Nico said that he's pitching an item. So I'll explain what that means really quickly. So in order to get on your item filmed on TV, hopefully, so as you see, there's many people here standing in line, and they bring their item up to the appraiser. And if the appraiser thinks that your item is deemed camera worthy, then he or she will pitch it to a producer, and the producer will have a conversation with the guest and the appraiser to see if there's anything that can be learned from the item. We want to make sure that the guest doesn't know too much about the item before it's filmed, and then the guest will go, if it's selected to be filmed, the guest will go in the green room and wait until they're ready to film their appraisal on camera. So Nico is just researching his item right now before he pitches it, and hopefully he'll be filming it on camera soon. So let's see. I know that in Vegas, people are asking to see Ken Gloss. So let's see in Books and Manuscripts. So we'll make our way over to him. But let's see paintings and drawings. We have quite a crowd here, as I said. Let's see if we can see anything cool. See, hi. Do you mind if we film this for YouTube Live? Sure. Oh, great, thank you. I'm just gonna stick this on you right here. Great, thank you. Yeah.
So that's 30 of April 1914.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought that was an interesting date, pre-World War I.
Yeah.
In Italy, which was heavily involved, so we thought it was kind of special for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So without being able to decipher the name, it's going to be really hard to do any sort of searching.
Right.
I wonder if it's some sort of like figure study for maybe a larger painting or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a new body study.
It does look like that. It's a great body study, worthy of hanging on the wall.
Yeah, totally. And I guess the paper over time, maybe it's got a little foxing or water damage or something like that.
And this was the frame that it was in when we found it.
When you found it.
Yeah, so we haven't taken it out of the frame at all.
Yeah.
And so you've never seen that signature and can't...
I've never seen that signature before.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
It looks like Allegrino. I'm just gonna try a couple things and see.
I love it.
Travel far? You from here?
We're from here. Yeah, from Northwest Arkansas in Fayetteville. Yeah, but we found this in Santa Fe, and he's from Santa Fe.
Yeah, I'm from Santa Fe.
So it was just meant to be that I came to this guy today.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything with this name that,
Okay.
I mean, as far as I can see.
Yeah.
So,
Any advice on maybe how to decipher or find what the name is?
you know, it really feels like even though it's well done, I bet it was like an art student.
Yeah.
that was doing it at an art school.
Yeah.
So you'd have to figure out like what art school you might have gone to, and then. But I don't think whoever did this is like a famous person.
Right.
I think it was somebody that probably did it as an assignment. And then it sort of, it's a beautiful drawing, so it migrated from one person to the next person.
Right.
And ended up in Santa Fe somehow. Like
exactly. Like
probably somebody,
someone traveling.
Somebody traveling to Italy.
Yeah.
And saw it in a store there.
Yeah.
And bought it and brought it home. And then it ended up in a consignment shop
and then it found its way to Arkansas.
And now it's in Arkansas.
So, yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like that's kind of the journey it's had.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be hard to find
the artist.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, we will chalk up our first find to the win. And this will just be something beautiful to have.
Yeah, exactly, that you can enjoy.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. And so, was there a value on that?
The value I would put on it is just as a beautiful drawing. I would put a value of $200 to $300 on it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's more than what we paid for it, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a great rest of your day. All right, so let us go over to Ken Gloss to look at books and manuscripts. I know there was a few questions for Nico that we might have missed. It looks like he is gone and pitching his items, so fingers crossed to Nico. Hopefully we can catch up with him a little bit later or maybe on a next live, but let's see what's going on in books and manuscripts. And once again, we're meeting with Marsha Bemko, our executive producer, in just a few minutes, so please send us your questions in the comments to ask. Let's see what's going on over here. Excuse us. Hi, Ken. Hi. Do you mind if we film this appraisal for YouTube Live?
No, it's fine with me.
Do you mind if we film your appraisal for YouTube Live? Sure. Great. Thank you. Did you just start, or are you in the middle?
I was barely starting. She asked me a question.
Perfect.
You can ask me again.
I'll ask you again.
Give me one second.
Margaret?
How are you today? Where are you from?
Great. Texas.
Texas?
San Angelo, Texas. 10-hour drive. This is my third road show.
We're
highly addicted. This days, you don't know. You guys are so famous on my TV. Pluto has a 24/7 channel. So you're always on in my living room.
Great.
I invite you in every day.
My son-in-law's from Keller, Texas.
Oh, really?
So in any case,
wow.
what was your question about the book?
Well, I wanted to know more about it. I'd never seen a book like this before. We were clearing out my mom's house, and we're all great readers. And this is so tiny, and the paper is so lightweight. And when I was reading the front, it was telling me that during World War II, they were trying to conserve paper. So this book was to allow people to continue to read and follow their favorite authors, but at the same time, not to use all the paper. Am I right?
During World War II, they were conserving a lot of materials because the military, the industrial complex was trying to win the war.
Yes.
So it's not unusual to see World War II paper quality, and what they would also do is use a little bit cheaper brand of paper. But paperbacks, I love these kind of paperbacks. Now this one is not in great condition.
No.
It's an Agatha Christie. And people collect just this style of paperback.
Really?
I just recently in New York, I went to a collection. They had 15,000 of these style paperbacks.
Oh my gosh.
Now, 90% of them sell for $3 to $5, so $5. Some of them go for more money. Agatha Christie's go for more money, but they have to be in good shape.
Yeah.
So this is about a $5 book. It's a great story, and it's still very readable.
I read it last week.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, I loved it. It was really good.
So it's sort of like a time capsule of printing mass market books during World War II. And people liked them so much, they kept printing them. And what people really buy them for is they had these decorative covers. And a lot of the covers would have a woman with a knife above with blood dripping.
Oh, wow.
But
it's very dramatic.
In Agatha Christie. But it's also where you could go in and for 25 cents buy a book. which was great for the general public.
Well, I was fascinated reading in the front of it about how it was promoting saving paper to benefit the war efforts.
But during World War II, there was rationing,
Oh,
saving
yes.
fuel, saving a lot. There were drives of clothes so they'd get the cloth. So paper was just one of many, many efforts.
I hadn't even thought about paper.
And it was also a way to bring the public awareness that the war was going on, to help support the war. So a lot of those drives were not just to get material, it was to keep the public involved.
Oh,
So
well,
in any
that
case,
is fascinating. Well, thank you. My
in any
$5
case,
book is fascinating.
you have evil under the sun.
I know. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Sure.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
guys.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Ken. Are you wait, real quick, are you having a good day today?
Yeah, I'm having a good day. I had an early morning appraisal right at 8 o'clock. We had a rain delay.
Yeah.
But when they filmed the appraisal, we were both holding umbrellas.
I saw that.
So it was a great day, and the appraisal was really good. It was a lot of fun. It was for a narrative of someone who had been enslaved, one of the first in America,
Wow.
and a lot more valuable than the guests thought.
That must have been very powerful appraisal.
It was very powerful, and then it also made me think about this person bought himself out of freedom.
Yeah.
And how many millions of people never had that opportunity.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Very emotional, was fun.
Very emotional.
And now the weather's getting
The weather's
better.
great. The weather's lightened out. Well, thank you so much, Ken.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, so we're just going to scooch on over here. So for those of you who are wondering, the appraisals that we're filming today and for the rest of the season will air in Antiques Roadshow Season 29. So they'll be airing sometime next year, early next year. We air new episodes January through about mid-May or so. So you'll be able to tune in. If you go to pbs.org/antiques, you will find our TV schedule, our broadcast schedule for the following season. We usually put it on our website around November or December. So if you head online around that time, you'll be able to see when these appraisals in Bentonville will be airing. One more appraisal. All right, so it sounds like Marcia is almost ready, and we just looking for one more appraisal. So let's see, Nico. Nico is still gone, but let's go see if we can get another appraisal over at Prints and Posters. Let's see if there's another appraiser over there. Excuse us, please. That is very cool. It's a very cool item. All right, let's see. So yes, Nico looks like he's probably pitching his item. So let's see if we have more Prints and Posters appraisals for here. Hi, excuse me. Do you mind if we film this for YouTube Live? Do you mind if we film this for YouTube Live? Okay, great.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. You can say no. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm going to stick this in here. All right.
Yeah, so these prints, you said you had a set?
Yeah, I have a set. I have 4 plates out of 12.
Yeah, so there were, as a series, it has value as a set.
Yeah.
But when they're broken up like this, they really become more decorative prints.
Uh-huh.
And you can see they were
And plus
hand colored.
yeah.
They originally had hand coloring, but this has been, it's gotten so dark that it really has lost most of its value. It's a shame.
I know.
Yeah.
Because they're so pretty.
So you can still see the colors, but the print has taken on kind of the color and stain of the wood.
Yeah.
It's probably the stain on the wood that was absorbed into the paper.
So if I get new lithographs or new old lithographs and put them on there, I should take this wood off.
Yeah.
And
Any
do
old
something
frames.
non-acid back.
Yeah, if you have other prints in your home that have these old wood, people could keep them in here because they're like, oh, it's so cool.
It's original,
But actually the wood is kind of harming the paper.
Yeah.
So that's
okay.
If you can take anything away from this, that's your lesson of the day.
Well, thank
Right?
you. Thank you
Yeah,
for
so
all your help.
Thank you
so much.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, actually, we have Nico right here. We did get a question for you.
Yes.
Right here. So
About watches, about fine family watches.
Close.
I don't want to talk about those. Let's talk about something else. Don't come to me with your watches.
Someone wanted to know when did prints and posters become so cool and valuable in the marketplace? Have they always been?
You know, it really started in like the 1960s. That's when the Western market, the American market started to collect French decorative art.
Okay.
So since the 1960s, but it really gathered steam after like the 1990s and 2000s. So every year, the work we're doing, we're bringing more and more to market.
Great. And somebody wanted to know, is there anything that's undervalued in the market right now?
You mean what should you buy that you can make money on that I'm not buying to make money on myself? No, there's not really anything undervalued right now that I know of, and that's honest. I wish there was something I could advise you to invest in, but I don't know.
Anything overvalued that people think is worth a lot and really isn't anymore?
There are a lot of, it's too many to say, but everything that people have that they treasure, they tend to overvalue it because of their emotional connection to it. So you have to take a very dispassionate eye when you're appraising something so you don't get too involved.
Great. Thank you so much. Glad we could catch you.
Thank you very much, Mel. Good luck, everybody. Hang on to those family watches.
Hang on to
We
the
don't
family
care.
watches. All right, so speaking of family watches, we're heading over to say hello to Marsha right now. So if you think of any questions, throw them in the chat. We want to know what you want to know. We're heading. If you could see the paintings and drawings line is literally out the door. All right, excuse us. Excuse us. Thank you. Excuse us. So for those of you who've stuck with us this entire live, thank you so much. Like I said, this is our first time on YouTube. And we will be going live. Switch mics. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Thank you. So we'll be going live in every city. We're going to Colorado next. I believe that will be May 29th. And then June 10th will be in Urbandale, Iowa. And then we will be in Baltimore, Maryland, I believe June 18th. Yes, that's when we'll be in Baltimore. We're going to be at the Maryland Zoo. I'm very excited. And right here we have Marsha. Hello. It's a little echoey, so let's go stand right here. So again, if you have any questions for Marsha Bemko, our executive, switch mics. Okay. Was one of these mics not working? This one's not working. Okay. Oh, you want to go over here? Is it a little echoey? How does it sound? Is this okay? Too echoey? All right, I guess this mic is not working, so we're going to use this mic.
We're going to share?
We
could kiss too if you'd like. Mwah, mwah.
You think YouTube would like that? How are you today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Bearing the rain?
Yeah, but I wish, could anybody have any power to make it go away?
I know.
Yeah.
It's been going on and off. So I know a question that a lot of people have is, how do we choose where we're going?
I say all the time we like to throw darts because it feels that random, but it's so not. We choose where we're going. Haven't been in that place ever before, which is great. Haven't been in that area for at least 5 years, and something new and different. And then we want a place like this that's just beautiful. So it looks good when we watch it on TV.
Does anybody have any questions in the chat for Marsha? Not right now. Have you seen anything good today?
I saw, you know what? I saw a lot. Everything is good. Let me just say this. I love everything I see. Kidding. But I think the most valuable thing I saw was a Native American object that has a Sam Houston relationship with Sam Houston. And so Linda Dyer appraised that for $80,000 to $100,000 at auction, $160 retail insurance.
Wow.
And it's a pretty nifty thing. So it doesn't look like much, like one of those things. It doesn't look like much. It's in a case. It's very fragile with beads. But it came down through his family, and that's a pretty neat story.
What's your favorite category, Marsha? What's your favorite category?
Oh, my favorite category? Diamonds are a girl's best friend, because I like diamonds, and I want them on my fingers. The other thing I like is folk art. I want that on my shelves. The other thing I like is marine paintings. I want that on my walls. But I really want a diamond because I can take it everywhere I go.
So you like seeing some jewelry then?
I love jewelry, especially big fat diamonds. Did I mention I like diamonds?
Can you describe your ideal guest?
My ideal guest is beautiful. Okay, male, female.
Switch mics, okay. Mics are going in
Mics
and
are
out.
going in and out. Okay,
Or
so
use both.
use both. Yeah. Okay. So this is a TV show, everybody. Okay, it's a TV show. So they have a good object, of course. That's why I'm talking to them. But on top of it, they're beautiful. Now, how many perfect guests have you seen on our show? Well, they're all
Someone
beautiful.
who doesn't know that much, maybe?
I really want them to be, if you know what, not know everything. They can know something. They should know something. I don't believe you when you say I know nothing. Do you have the internet in your house? I just don't believe you. But yeah, they can know a little something, but they can't know everything. Then it's no fun.
No, we want to educate our guests.
We want to
educate the audience.
We want to educate everybody and have fun doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there any questions in the chat for Marsha?
What do I collect? I'm here to tell you that I know collectors. You're a fruity bunch, okay? Like Daffy Dill. But here's the thing. I am not a collector. I like different things. Collectors are focused. They do teacups. They do stamps. They do furniture. Whatever they do, that's so not me. I just like stuff, good stuff, and diamonds.
Lower the mic.
Lower the mic.
Just me, okay. Is there any other questions for Marsha? What's your favorite city you've ever visited?
My favorite city?
Favorite city you've ever visited?
Use this mic?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
That's a really good question. I don't know, to be honest with you. I have favorite things about different places. I can even dig down back into the days when we did convention centers. And I liked one place because it had a carpet, okay? Doesn't mean anything. Right now, this is my favorite place because I'm here. And it's beautiful.
And we've been to almost 50 states, except for Wyoming and Maine.
That's right.
Correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so we're almost to 50 states. But have you been to all 50 states, Marsha?
I have, because I'm a Boston girl. So
You've been to Maine?
Been to Maine. Actually lived in Maine a little bit because I'm a Boston girl.
You've been to Wyoming?
I have been to Wyoming
Okay.
because I drove across the country. North one way, south the next way.
All right, there you go. So hopefully, I haven't been to Wyoming, so hopefully we go there soon.
I want us to go to every state. We got to hit every state. We hit Alaska last year. That was a biggie. We've been to Hawaii, so we've done those two hard ones to get to.
Been to Alaska.
Yeah, we just got to get to those two more.
Just got to get to those two more.
Yeah, if you live in Wyoming, tell us about places that are great to go there.
Tell us where we should go.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much. And are there any other questions for Marsha before we wrap up?
How did I get into Antiques?
How did you get into Antiques Roadshow?
I got into Antiques Roadshow because I'm a television person who was working on television shows, and I needed a job. And Antiques Roadshow had one opened, and I took it. But I competed for that job. And now that I'm here, nobody can get rid of me. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you, Marsha.
Thank you, guys.
And thank you, everyone who's been watching. Thank you for sticking with us with the YouTube and the connectivity issues and everything in between. So you can follow us on social media at Roadshow PBS. We're on YouTube. Hopefully you follow us on YouTube right now if you're not already. And Antiques Roadshow is on your local PBS station on Mondays at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central. And we'll see you in Colorado. Bye.